Have I ever pondered what genuinely distinguishes wisdom from folly? It isn't about intellect, academic credentials, or the quantity of books read. True wisdom pertains to how one lives, thinks, and treats others. And according to the ancient Stoics, foolishness isn't merely an absence of intelligence. It's a failure to live in accordance with reason and virtue. Today, we delve into a topic that might prompt pause and reflection. 6 signs of a foolish woman, interpreted through Stoic wisdom. Now, before misinterpretation arises, let's clarify. This isn't about judgment or categorization. Stoicism isn't concerned with finger-pointing. It emphasizes self-awareness, growth, personal responsibility. As we explore these 6 signs, I challenge myself to look inward, not outward. This examination isn't about them, it's about us. Why Stoicism? Because it stands as one of the most practical, enduring philosophies for mastering mindset, living with clarity, strength, purpose. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus taught navigating life's chaos with wisdom. Their lessons remain as relevant today as millennia ago. So am I wise or foolish? Let's discover together. Sign 1. Prioritizing appearance over character. Imagine this. An elegant woman in her 60s enters the room. Impeccable attire, flawless hair, even posture exudes poise. All eyes turn. Radiates confidence. But as evening progresses, becomes clear, outward sparkle contrasts hollow words. Interrupts, dismisses, steers every conversation back self. Polished, not present. Charming, yet curiously disconnected. Beneath curated image, someone deeply unsure true identity. Remember someone like this own life. Let's call Margaret. Book club member, always perfectly styled, latest bag arm, Facebook feed resembling lifestyle magazine. But mother passed away. Shared grief group, brushed past, shifting conversation back, skincare routine. Moment stayed me. Realize then beauty attract, only character connect. Where Stoics come in hard, honest truth. Prioritizing appearance over inner growth, not just unwise. Recipe emotional emptiness. Stoics, particularly Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, clear. What wear, how look, even what people say about, none holds lasting value. Matters soul, choices, discipline, kindness. Character strength echoes after left room. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Means if thoughts centered only looking part, not living virtue, soul begins fade shadow who could become. Psychological trap here, especially women. Society whispers stay visible, must stay young, thin, pretty. Spend fortunes chasing. Creams, injections, clothing promises glow again. Glow fades. No one tells what do when does. Why Stoicism offers radical, freeing alternative. Instead, chasing mirrors invites build inner resilience, cultivate wisdom, compassion. Laugh not just charm, because understand how brief, bizarre life really is. Don't need fight time. Need learn walk beside grace. Margaret eventually left group. While had outward success markers, always sensed a lone mirror-perfect world. But another woman room, Joyce. Late 70s, no makeup, soft cardigan, hands marked years living. Listened whole face. Remembered dog's name when spoke, room leaned in. Joyce no Instagram-worthy looks had depth. Depth made feel seen. So here's question Stoics have asked. And becoming someone others remember how looked or how made feel. Because one lass, been caught exhausting loop needing put together just feel worthy, let's say plainly, already enough. Worth won't grow through another outfit. Grow through clarity, courage, kindness. Building mind doesn't bend pressure. Spirit speaks quietly yet powerfully. Kind beauty doesn't fade. End true beauty, Stoic beauty invisible. Calm voice others panic. Grace which age. Wisdom. Passed down those never see photos but always carry words. What Stoics want remember. Maybe next time stand front mirror. Ask not how look today, but who am becoming. Question never go out style. Sign 2. Ignoring self-responsibility. Quiet suffering kind comes never owning part life's hardships. Honest selves, many been there, especially moments easier point outward than inward. Women carried weight families, careers, expectations, decades. Natural feel much life shaped others, circumstance, partners, children, changing world around. But Stoics remind truth may feel uncomfortable first, yet liberating long run. Ignore self-responsibility, surrender very power need heal, grow, live peace. Once new woman, recently retired, spent much time lamenting things didn't do, dreams deferred, opportunities missed. Asked why never pursued passions, explanations always external. Husband didn't support ideas, timing never right, children needed full attention. While each reason held some truth, also become convenient shelter. Protecting facing reality never truly claimed responsibility. Own choices. Mindset, though common, dangerous. Gives agency away peace. Stoicism teaches while can't control fate wins, control how set sails. Epictetus wrote, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Wisdom isn't just philosophy, psychological truth. Blaming others creates feedback loop helplessness. Relieves guilt, short-term, fosters bitterness, regret, passivity over time. Responsibility, contrast, not self-blame, self-empowerment. Say this life, have say how lives shift being passenger becoming pilot. Let's say feel emotionally distant old friend. Instead, waiting her call, what if picked phone first? What if instead mourning years past made this one count? Simple act choosing act rather blame plants seed change. Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." About courage. Courage look inward. Courage accept part what life become. Also courage know had hand building life have, then also hold power. Rebuild, reshape, reimagine what comes next. Taking responsibility first step not toward guilt, but toward freedom. Sign 3. Overvaluing others' opinions. Let's move third. Sign foolishness according Stoic wisdom. Overvaluing others' opinions. Quiet exhaustion kind comes living underweight other people's opinions. Many women, especially later years, spent lifetime meeting expectations, mothers, wives, professionals, caregivers. Pressure becomes second nature. Start small. Friends raised eyebrows, say no holiday plan. Relatives comment, what wore church? Silence follows speak-up group. Just like that, begin second-guess self. Not done anything wrong, because someone might not approve. Habit overvaluing opinions. Others one most self-erasing tendencies person develop. Stoics knew well. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, governed empire, yet struggled like rest us human frailty, observed, we love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Painful truth. Spend decades building lives, reflect values, only start handing over self-worth people often don't even understand fully. Today's world where visibility constant, social media, group chats, community gossip, pressure acceptable feel unrelenting even women never ask stage. New woman once spent months debating whether take painting class. Always loved art, put off decades raising children, supporting husband's career. Now retirement, finally had time. Still, hesitated. Not didn't want, feared what family might say. Waste money. What if not good? Or who think can do now? Weren't her thoughts. Voices internalized over years. Tragedy overvaluing opinions. Begin confuse other people's voices own. Stoics call form bondage. Epictetus warned, needing approval compromises freedom, integrity, very self. Isn't just philosophy. Psychological truth. Tie worth external validation. Make selves emotionally dependent forces can't control. Dependency breeds anxiety, indecision, deep dissatisfaction. Leaves forever looking outward when answers waiting within. But Stoicism offers different path, one rooted self-governance. Teaches life should anchored values, not others' reactions. Feedback helpful, yes, must filtered. Voices listening helping grow or keeping small. Acting deepest convictions or fear misunderstood. Something quietly radical woman later life finally chooses live self. Signs up art class, not makes sense others, stirs something true inside. Wisdom Stoicism calls us. Not loud defiance, quiet alignment. No longer need applause, move forward, begin live peace. Peace, not popularity, true mark-wise life. Sign 4. Emotional instability and overreaction. Particular chaos kind doesn't come world outside, but within. Storm emotions turns minor irritations, major disasters. Emotional instability, one most damaging, telling signs foolish woman. Not because feels deeply, because allows feelings drive behavior without pause, reflection. Stoics never said shouldn't feel. Fact. Recognized emotions, natural part being human. What warned against, what still holds true today. Allowing emotions take wheel. Once met woman named Diane neighborhood community group. Early 70s. Graceful, sharp, respected. Had one flaw, hard miss. Smallest emotional disruption sent spiral. One afternoon, someone forgot include name volunteer list local event. Honest oversight, quickly corrected. Diane didn't see way. Snapped organizer, withdrew group entirely weeks, convinced self being deliberately excluded. What should resolved simple conversation turned full-blown rupture. All because reaction, nothing do situation, everything do story told self about. Danger, emotional overreaction. Blinds, convinces under attack when not. Damages relationships, reputations. Keeps lock cycles, regret, defensiveness. Stoic philosopher Seneca said, a man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is. Meant this. Not event causes suffering, meaning assign it. Diane wasn't hurt forgotten name, hurt story unwanted. Believed story, lashed out not just others. Own peace. Stoics taught different way. Taught wisdom lies not suppressing emotion, mastering. Something upsets, don't immediately react. Instead, pause, breathe, ask self, is this worth ruining peace over? More often not, isn't. Ability pause. Choose response rather being swept away emotion. One greatest powers person develop. Becomes even more essential grow older. Because age should come not just years, depth, not just memory, mastery. Wise woman doesn't avoid discomfort. Simply doesn't let dictate actions. understands calmness isn't weakness, authority. Walk through world emotional stability, protect dignity, inspire those around, create space real wisdom grow. So ask self honestly, am one reacting life or responding it? Because line foolishness, wisdom often begins single breath. Decision not let temporary emotions destroy lasting peace. Sign 5. Materialism and greed. Kind emptiness, no amount wealth fill. Yet today's world, many fall trap believing happiness lies accumulation. More clothes, jewelry, square footage. Foolish woman becomes defined not values but what owns. Stoics saw clearly. Materialism taught one most deceptive bondage forms. Looks freedom, luxury, comfort, success. Reality, gilded cage, one locks self into, one purchase time. Isn't just shopping, overspending, mistaking possessions identity. Woman may appear successful others, new car, expensive vacations, well-decorated home. Inside feels restless, unfulfilled, even envious. Why? Material things external, anything external taken away. Epictetus warned, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Moment begin. Chase things feel whole, already admitting not. See all around, perhaps no story illustrates more clearly Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Admired style, elegance, social standing seemed have all. Behind pearls, designer gowns, woman deeply familiar grief, loss, limits luxury. After assassination husband, President John F. Kennedy, life, wealth, status could not shield suffering. Later years withdrew spotlight, choosing quieter, more private life-focused work, books, introspection. Retreat glamorous world, found something deeper. What Stoics call ataraxia or inner peace. Materialism not always loud. Sometimes hides subtle forms, seeking approval, status, recognition, guise self-care, reward. But Stoics saw through illusion. Believed true power comes within. Tie worth what own. Become slave every sale, new trend, opinion. Begin fear loss, envy others. Measure self-standards, shift like sand. Wiser path, Stoic path, calls simplicity. Invites ask hard questions. Need this or trying soothe something deeper? Building life proud of or decorating one secretly resent? Isn't living monk, living intention? Woman-grounded values doesn't need approval through diamonds, handbags. Presence speaks louder wardrobe, voluntary discomfort. Stoic practice, fasting, walking barefoot, going without luxury. Remind soul strength doesn't come comfort. Don't have go such extremes. Can pause before next purchase, before next upgrade, ask, will bring peace or just distraction? Because end foolish woman chases what glitters. Wise woman builds what lasts. Sign 6. Avoiding self-reflection and growth. Perhaps most dangerous foolishness. Kind one stays hidden. Refusal. Look inward. Ask hard questions. Examine choices made. Woman become. Many women, especially later life, fall rhythm emotional survival. Manage homes, families, careers. Endure betrayals, disappointments, illness, grief. Somewhere along the way, habit reflection disappears. Stop asking selves if growing because answer might be too uncomfortable here. Stoics believed avoidance surest path stagnation. Marcus Aurelius ruled empire, spent nights not indulgence, distraction, but reflection. Asked self where failed, where acted fear, pride, how could do better tomorrow. Not because weak understood true strength requires clarity, accountability. Woman refuses reflect, blames others, distracts self endlessly, shrinks honest feedback, not protecting self. Delaying growth, silently breeding own suffering. One need only look life Princess Diana, understand transformative power self-reflection. Early years royal spotlight, Diana struggled deeply. Thrust institution didn't care emotional well-being. Living marriage left lonely under public gaze magnified every misstep. Time, coped through performance, appearance, avoidance. Later life began speak openly struggles mental health, mistakes, insecurities. Sought therapy, asked guidance, admitted having lost self. Vulnerability, found power. Became woman no longer trying be perfect others, someone striving honest self. Avoiding self-reflection often looks strength, toughness, control, composure. Psychologically form fear. Fear what might uncover if really stop, listen. Women's 60s, 70s, beyond, fear becomes louder. May think too late change or this just who am now. But Stoics strongly disagree. Believed work-refining soul has no expiration date. Long breath body, growth possible. Without reflection, life becomes loop. Same arguments, regrets, disappointments, recycled endlessly. Begin turn inward honesty, humility, even smallest insight break cycle. Start see part chaos. Begin take ownership, not just past but future. Doesn't require dramatic change. Begin silence 5 minutes before bed asking, did act line values today? Begins acknowledging wrong instead defending ego. Begins courage admit, not done learning. Foolish woman resists change, hides self. Wise woman meets reflection even hurts because knows truth. No matter difficult, first step toward transformation. That Stoic path, Not perfection, progress, not pride, purpose. Always, always available no matter age, no matter past. At its core, this video is not just a list of warnings, it's an invitation to transformation. These 6 signs of a foolish woman aren't meant to shame, but to illuminate. They shine a light on the quiet habits that keep us small. The urge to impress rather than express. The impulse to blame rather than reflect. The dependence on others' approval rather than our own inner compass. For many women, especially those in their later years, life has been lived for everyone else. Children, spouses, careers, expectations. Somewhere along the way, the question of who am I becoming got buried beneath responsibility, pain, or routine. Stoic philosophy brings that question back to the surface with striking clarity. The Stoics remind us that wisdom is not found in how much we know, how perfect we appear, or how much we've accumulated. It's found in how we respond, to challenge, to change, to ourselves. A foolish woman is not someone who lacks intelligence, but someone who has stopped examining herself. Someone who avoids the inner work. Someone who chooses distraction over development. But the wise woman, she is different. She leans into discomfort. She looks in the mirror without flinching. She asks, what needs to change in me? Not for others, but for her own peace. And most importantly, she understands that it's never too late. Not at 60, not at 70, not ever. Wisdom doesn't arrive with age, it arrives with awareness. And the moment you choose to live with intention, to align your actions with your values, and to grow, no matter how quietly, you step out of foolishness and into freedom. This is not just a video. It's a challenge to stop performing and start becoming. To stop chasing what fades and build what lasts. To rise not for others, but for yourself. So now ask yourself with honesty, not harshness, which woman am I becoming? The foolish one led by impulse, pride, or fear? Or the wise one, steady, reflective, and free? The truth is we've all been both. And that's okay. What matters is what you choose next. Wisdom doesn't come all at once. It comes in small, brave decisions day by day. The moment you start looking inward, taking responsibility, choosing peace over performance, you begin to rise. If this message stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Let it move you. Let it challenge the way you speak to yourself, the way you live, and the woman you're still becoming. And if you're ready to walk that path, not alone, but with a community of women choosing growth, grace, and stoic strength, then stay with us. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and join our journey. Leave a comment below. Which sign resonated most with you? Your story might be the spark someone else needs. This isn't just about wisdom, it's about becoming whole.